Hey YouTube! Today's video is on ENTP misconceptions, which pretty much most of the stereotypes of the type are actually going to be the misconceptions. In other words, you have us all wrong. I stopped by the house and grabbed a better microphone, so hopefully that improves the microphone quality. And I also, as you saw, had an opening thing. See, that either looks tacky or it's an improvement. I'm not really sure which. Either way, oh well. Hopefully it makes it better. Not sure. Anyhow, misconception number 1, ENTPs are lazy and unmotivated. Now, this definitely may be true for some ENTPs, but in my experience, I have found ENTPs to be some of the most motivated, some of the most driven, passionate people. Now, this misconception may come from the fact that we can lose interest sometimes. We rely so much on that kind of ideas and extroverted intuition that drives us that sometimes when we lose that, it's hard to keep going. But I know when you have enough passion and you're devoted enough to something, then it just takes discipline and you learn that. And the only area I've really found this to be true for myself is when something's too easy. I get really bored. Like, for example, the class that I did the worst in last semester, and the class I'm doing the worst in, well, actually, that's not true. I'm doing the worst in lab, and that's because lab is being stupid. But the other class that I'm doing not too great in, at least the one that sticks out to me, because lab I'm doing poorly in, but I have an excuse for that, because, like, he always asks us weird questions that I don't think are really that important. Like, what was the chemical we used last semester? And we're doing biology. Anyhow, I'm going off on a rambling point. My point is, a class I'm doing in this last semester and this semester are because they're just too easy. I get bored. I don't enjoy the easy classes. I like classes that are challenging. I know I need the easy classes because with my course load, if I didn't have any easy classes, I'd probably be dying and under tons of stress. But I still get really bored because I like challenges. So it's really the only example I can see of us being lazy and unmotivated, because we're unmotivated in things that don't, at least I'm unmotivated in things that don't challenge me, things that I'm not passionate about. But I think I tend to have more motivation actually from challenges than I do inherent passions. Passions I can lose interest in actually if they're not difficult. I like things being difficult. So that's misconception number 1. Misconception number 2, we love debating just for the sake of debating. I don't argue because arguing is fun. I argue because through debating and through arguing, you get a lot of different ideas. My opinions change and develop and get better. I think people can challenge me mentally. When people are telling me stupid things and just debating me because they're like, oh, you're an ENTP, you like debating, so let me debate you this random thing, that just wastes my time. Like, it's not fun. If it's ridiculous and stupid, then it doesn't give me any benefit. Like, that frustrates me because it's clearly like a huge misunderstanding of what ENTP actually is. It's just like, we're not that simple. We aren't just like, oh, we just like debating everyone and arguing, let's go argue all the time. We have actual purposes for arguing. And we are pretty blunt and straightforward in doing something, and so that can come off as very abrupt and let's go argue and come at this hard. But if something's dumb, I'm not going to waste my time arguing about it, especially if the person I can clearly see they're just, you have to pick and choose your battles, which is not something I was skilled at a few years ago, but I've gradually learned. And I think that's something NTs in general struggle with, are just picking their own battles. Because I know, just arguing with people over the internet, you have to, yeah. But, so, it can actually be very annoying to debate with some people. So, misconception number 3, if I counted right. Yeah, I think so. We never take anything seriously. I think we can tend to be all or nothing, for sure. Some things we just don't care about. Some things we really care about. But those things that we really care about, we do really care about. We have things that we have committed to, which segues into my fourth point, which I'll just go ahead and get onto that. We are bad at commitment. If I've set my mind on something, then that's happening. And if I've decided that I'm going to put all of my efforts towards this thing, and there's no way I'm going to fail in this, then I'm going to try everything before I give up. Now, of course, because of that, I have that kind of full commitment to very few things, because you can't be that committed to everything. Otherwise, you lose your kind of like if you've decided something that you're absolutely not going to give up doing, then if you give up doing that, then how can you trust yourself to not give up the next time? How can your word ever mean anything? So I become very committed to just a few things. And the things that I like, people, for example, I've become that committed to people. The only reason that I'm not in that kind of friendship or that relationship with that person anymore, it was not of my own choice. And of course you can't force someone to stay. So if I've committed, the people who I've committed that much toward, they walked away. And I'm not saying that it wasn't any fault of mine, just that I'm not going to walk away. I'm going to work something out. Whether for better or for worse. Those are the 4 points I have for this video. I know it's a little bit shorter and clearly styled a little differently. I've got like the cut-ins and the cuts-outs and the opening. So if you guys liked that, let me know. If you guys think it's tacky, let me know. If you think that you would rather me go on this really long stream of rambling stuff like I usually do, I can do that. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to improve my videos, so I'm trying to take this actually more seriously now. So feedback is helpful. And also, if you have any other ENTP misconceptions that have irritated you over the years, or you've just noticed, let me know down below, and we can have some great conversations in the comments. So thank you for watching.